we're not denying that the climate is getting warmer. We're not denying that fossil fuels contribute to the increase in the climate's temperature. But every time we talk about fossil fuels and the fact that the alternatives are not good enough, we're being called climate change deniers. Is that a fair synopsis of the situation? It's not that we're denying that there is a problem. We're just saying that there isn't a viable current solution to get rid of fossil fuels. And frankly, nobody wants to give up their current way of life.
I think that's indicative of the struggle with the dialogue today. That is a reasonable summary of what goes on right now. You know, I wrote this Bettering Human Lives report, a 100-page long report to go over where the world gets energy, how that's evolved with time, this problem of energy poverty. I wrote 12 pages on climate change, explaining the chemistry and physics of it, showing the data, the climate economic work the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has done. You know, and then, you know, you put these things all in trade-offs or issues, and I get called a denier all the time. Like, I've been speaking on climate change for 20 years.
I mean, not once did you say to me that you're denying that the climate is heating, and not once did you say to me that you think that fossil fuels has nothing to do with it. But I think that the real bottom line is that we're spending so much time and energy and on fear mongering, having everybody basically freak out over climate change, that we're spending less time and energy on supporting innovation, right? I mean, isn't that at the end of the day what our educational institutions should do? They should invest more in research and innovation. If you want to get off of fossil fuels, you can't eliminate fossil fuels from our lives because nobody wants to give up their way of life. And frankly, we need to maintain the type of way of life that we have, right? We want to get people out of poverty, not bring more people into poverty, which what eliminating fossil fuels would do to a big segment of the world. So why aren't we seeing more incentive in innovation, and why aren't we seeing educational institutions push for more innovation instead of fear-mongering?
Now, you're right. That's the right answer. This fear cell has a snowballing problem. It's made kids fearful and therefore less optimistic. You know, less people are having kids because they say they're worried about the world they're bringing them into. Less people are studying science and engineering in our country. The jobs are awesome. I go to schools and pound the table for people to do it. But their view of science is it's authoritarian. You know, there is climate science, and if you say anything different than this unknown, you know, sacred scroll, you're unscientific. Well, that's the opposite of what science is. It's about challenging and engaging and learning. How's our energy system going to get cleaner and lower greenhouse gas emissions? Innovation, better energy dense technologies. If we have energy technologies that are better than the one today, it won't take any government policy. People will shift to stuff that's cleaner and cheaper.